Welcome to the Philantrepreneur Show, hosted by Dr. Victoria Boyd, designed to offer tips, strategies, and insights to empower nonprofits and entrepreneurs with sustainable win-win solutions. The Philantrepreneur Show is sponsored by the Philantrepreneur Foundation, building capacity through education and professional services.
Well, hello, everyone. This is Heidi Anderson, founder of Credit Cares and president of Electronic Commerce International, and my delightful co-host, Dr. Victoria Boyd, who's president of the Galaxy Group and editor of the Philantrepreneur Journal. We are thrilled, as usual, to bring you the Philantrepreneur Show, which airs every first and third Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Time. And a belated happy St. Patty's Day to everyone. We hope you had a great day. I think there's a few people who celebrated all weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy weekend here in Phoenix. But tomorrow is the first day of spring, and while the weather has been absolutely beautiful here in the desert Southwest for most of the winter, I think the rest of the country is ready for a real spring and probably even summer. So what have you been up to the last couple of weeks, Victoria?
Well, thank you. This is Victoria Boyd, and I'm so glad to be here on another Wednesday. St. Patty's Day is actually my son's birthday, and so it's always been a special day for
double
me.
Celebration.
A double celebration. And being in Las Vegas, yes, we do celebrate the entire weekend, but I guess we celebrate the whole year, being in Las Vegas. But knowing that my family is back in the Midwest, yes, they are definitely waiting on spring. It was only 7 degrees there yesterday, so sending them all my love, hopefully. But, yeah, I have been super busy over the last weeks. I actually finished up another small book, and it's at the editor right now. It should be out in about 2 weeks. It's called Wow 'em, Webinar Secrets from the Wealthy Teacher. It's really exciting because my first book was The Wealthy Teacher Answering the Question, What's Next? Because my background was in education, it was created to help entrepreneurs, organizations to create value-driven presentations from an educator's point of view, me, and designed for business development. So it's going to be a lot of tips and a full template and how to create the content, all to wow the attendees. So I'm really excited about that, when you take things off your plate and send them off so that you can, really start getting them moving. That's really exciting.
I'm excited for you, Victoria. I have yet to create a webinar, so we'll have to check that out so I do it right the first time.
That's right. That's right.
Well, and speaking of excited, I am so excited about our guest today. She is very aptly named Jennifer Sparkle Johnson. I met Jennifer through the eWomen Network, and my immediate first impression, she has a smile and energy that just lights up a room. She's such a delight and a blessing not only to the entrepreneurs she coaches, but to the abused children she actually helps to protect. You guys are going to love her. Welcome, Jennifer. Please tell us about your background and what led you to be coach of the feminine soul and protector of abused children.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I am so excited to join you guys and share what I love, which is, as you said, helping entrepreneurs build their business. And also my ultimate passion is to serve the community and be a member of Bikers Against Child Abuse, which is where we literally only exist to empower abused children to no longer feel afraid of the world in which they live. So Coach of the Feminine Soul truly says who I am. And sometimes people are like, oh, how could you be Coach of the Feminine Soul and help me build my business? Well, truly, the feminine soul part is all from within me, and I get to approach sales and building business and helping people implement systems from a very passionate, loving, feminine way instead of the old salesman unga-bunga way that so many of us may have heard of or experienced in our life, and we're kind of not interested in that because that's not who we are. So for some people that's great. For others, my approach and who I am and what I represent, that's a better fit for them.
Absolutely.
Well, how did you – oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just, sales and things like that have changed so much. It's about not that hardcore selling that, like you said, we're used to, but it's now about serving. And I believe the feminine portion of that really serves who we are, and so we're getting a double layer of being able to serve using our feminine aspects in the whole business sector.
Absolutely. Okay, and my motto is you don't have to be a size 6 to make 6 figures. And for me, that means whether you're a size 2 or 22, it's all the stuff in our head from our old history and tapes and prior ways of living or how we may have been raised. So truly, it's about that feminine way of instilling that confidence, instilling the systems and techniques for people to use so they feel happy and they get to promote themselves from a place of service. So sales to me absolutely is coming from a place of service. No longer do we have to feel that icky feeling that so many of my clients come to me saying they feel icky about sales. It's like, come on over here and let's find a different way.
Right. And sales is so much more about relationship now, and that's, so even though you say the feminine soul, a lot of what you coach, and I believe you do coach some men as well to kind of come from that direction, to still, be about relationship and be of service. So it's even helpful for men.
Absolutely. So think about it. If you were even just to walk in, let's just use a car salesperson, right? If you had the old way, most of us would have a headache, feel exhausted, and be hours later. But whether it's a man or a woman, right, if we walked into a car salesperson and it was a man's office and he came from a place of service and really helped us find exactly what we were wanting and we say we needed, wow, what a different experience.
Absolutely. And you also say you help women build business, and that's really crucial in this time because now as entrepreneurs, about 80% of new businesses are being built by women. And so
I know, I love that.
Yeah, you emphasize that business and the life of their dreams can be made. Tell us a little bit more about what you mean by that.
Well, really, when I'm talking about that, for me, I love to just break everything down to the simplest basic thoughts. And for me, what affects your life affects your business. What affects your business affects your life. And so whatever's going to keep you stuck in your life, it's going to show up and keep you stuck in your business. So if you really want to business that you love and that you're being of service and that it provides for you, your family, and for me what's important is to also give back, right? So if you are living a dream for you that is building your business so that you are your best self, living your best life, to me that's what it's all about. So I love helping people create efficient and effective systems for themselves with the strategies they need and the training to help them be very confident with whatever business they're in, especially for people wanting to build their teams. If you don't feel like you're a strong leader, let's look at that and let's get you the training and confidence that you need to be that powerful leader so that you can help yourself, help your team, help your business, and help the community.
Absolutely. That is the whole foundation of the Philantrepreneur. And in our last show, I don't know if you heard it, we declared Wednesday as Philantrepreneur Day. And so I'm reminding everyone, remember, Philantrepreneur Day is every Wednesday. And Jennifer, you just hit it on the head. Your dreams really come from your passion. And that is what is your core. That's your core. And that's how you're going to live that life. Wow.
Yeah, and so
statement.
Many people at their core, they're very nervous about sales because they don't want to bother somebody or they don't want to pick up the phone or they're not 100% sure of their offering. Those are all things that can so easily be transitioned so that they can stand so confident and happy and powerful. I love watching people transition right in front of my eyes because when you get to witness that as a coach, it's so rewarding, and then they go and take it forward in their business, and then they touch the lives of everyone that they're helping in their business. So that alone, I'm so blessed to wake up every morning saying, oh, I get to do it again. And we just get to keep paying it forward through all the lives that we touch.
Absolutely.
Well, we've touched on relationship sales, and we've touched on being more of service. But tell us a little bit more about how does the term powerful sales fit in with all that?
Well, for me, for powerful sales, it's really about helping men and women helping them be so comfortable with their offering. So, who is their ideal client? If we think of things like that and start with the basics, who's their client? What are they struggling with? How can that person serve that ideal client, right? So that's just kind of the first thing of figuring out who that client is for them. And then that's oftentimes where the hiccup starts, and people go, okay, I understand who my niche is, but how am I going to market to them? Where are they? What am I going to do? So we get to explore all those things and create actual plans of action, and also going through very simple steps of how to feel confident with the sales conversation so that it is from a place of service. And I love to call it a conversation. So long ago, someone connecting with you might be, they're trying to sell me something. Mm-hmm. Well, when I'm connecting with somebody, that's what I'm doing. I'm connecting. I'm trying to find out, do they need my service? If they do, fantastic. We'll have a different conversation. Or what service might they need from someone else that I know, right? Or are they going to be a perfect connection for me? Maybe I need their service. So the very first connections is all about building that relationship and connection, not about finding out, would they person be my perfect client? Let's just start relationships first. And when you have the confidence within you and you love your offering and you love yourself, it just comes forward and people are naturally attracted to you. And when you use the certain verbiage of who you are instead of who you want to be or mirroring someone else who's successful, that never works because that's that person's personality traits and style. So I help people remember, this is my personality style. These are my keywords. And when that person uses their style and keywords, like attracts like, and their clients automatically start coming as well. So powerful sales to me is just standing in your power, literally taking off the mask of who you should be, understanding what you offer, knowing who to offer it to, and being open to receive those clients come to you and just powerfully receive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, really quickly, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we will have more from Jennifer right afterwards.
Hey, are you a small business owner like me who wants to make a charitable contribution and needs easy access to charitable giving sources that you can automate for your business for free? Then I invite you to visit www.credit-cares.com. They have charitable giving options using their innovative merchant platform that helps nonprofits raise money and helps merchants make contributions at no additional cost to them using the products and services of Electronic Commerce International. Our giving options are easy to set up for small business. So if you have a business entity, we can donate in your business name. Go to www.credit-cares.com and see how you can make a difference every day by doing what you already do. Go to www.credit-cares.com and fill out the form or call 855-782-2737 for more information on how your business can be a difference maker in your community.
Well, welcome back, and every show we like to offer a tidbit of news or advice for our entrepreneurs and nonprofits. And today's tip is a continuation of the last few shows where we discussed telling your story. Storytelling falls under a bigger umbrella of communication. Your message, your marketing, your branding, all wrapped into one. Here's something for you to think about and perhaps look at in the near future. How is your organization or business positioning the message? Is it one of what we do, very internal, or what is needed, which is external? An internal message has a narrow focus, whereas an external message speaks to the greater good and can be a powerful piece of communication. So we challenge you to assess, is your message internal or external?
The Philantrepreneur is dedicated to your success. Visit thephilantrepreneur.com and explore a wide range of services and resources. Register and join our community. Find benefits such as training, mentorship, and especially the interactive community. Receive the Philantrepreneur Journal, a nationally distributed bi-monthly digital publication serving everything Philantrepreneur. Do you want marketing exposure in the entrepreneur and nonprofit sectors and have community impact? Ads for a Cause, where 10% of your marketing funds go directly to charity. Contact us today to place your ad. It's the best value around. In digital format, it's a great marketing tool to send, post, or share, exponentially increasing your reach in a professional publication. Plus, audio and or video formats are available. Deadlines are on a rolling basis, so don't miss being included in the next publication. Visit thephilantrepreneur.com and click the Journal Marketing Ads tab today.
Well, welcome back our super special guest, Jennifer Sparkle Johnson, coach of the feminine soul and protector of abused children. Sounds like a superhero to me.
I see the cape.
Yeah. So, Jennifer, tell us more about your passion to help children and where that came from.
The beautiful thing about what we do is my husband and I were designing our business, and we knew we wanted to give back to the community because that is so important to us, is to pay it forward. So to receive in from beautiful clients and bring that money in, and also to be able to give it back. So for us, the passion came in wanting to volunteer and designing our business so that we had the time to do that. That's one of my favorite things to teach people, is how to incorporate that space, because time is so valuable. How do you have the time to volunteer? I actually read a newspaper article from the Arizona Republic where they wrote this article about BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse, and I literally was reading it. I had chills. I started crying. My husband's handing me tissues, and I looked at him and I said, "Where do we sign?" Right? And we have been a part of that group ever since. What I love about them is BACA is not, I want to be really clear, they are not a motorcycle gang or a motorcycle club. What they are is a 501c3 charity that empowers abused children to no longer feel afraid. And when I was experiencing them and witnessing all the beautiful things they do and how they help children in such a very simple way, it just changed everything within me. So it really was that article that just brought me in.
So I mean, it's not a biking club. So
Correct.
I guess I want you to tell us more about Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Yes.
You said it's a local charity, and how did they get started, and how did they? I still envision bikes and motorcycles.
Yeah.
So,
yes. So
tell us
that
how
is
it
correct.
works.
We are not a club. We are an organization, and actually we are local. So I'm part of the local chapter, and also we are international. So we are in 8 countries, and we're in 41 states at the moment. We were started in 1995 by our founder, J.P. Lilly. His road name is Chief, and he's actually a registered play therapist and licensed clinical social worker. We all have road names. Don't you love that?
What's your in your Sparkle?
Actually, my road name is Passion. So I was given that name when I first was finding out about BACA. Yeah, so my road name is Passion. What happened is J.P. Lilly, Chief was working with young children who were abused in one way or another, and what happened is he was noticing that the work that he was doing with these children and the progress they were making suddenly was being destroyed so quickly, at the turn of anything, so fast, if the child was still living in fear. So he was actually a biker, right? Long before he was into his therapy work, and he thought for a moment, what would bikers do? And he then turned that into what I call the most beautiful gift that I get to experience and share with people, which is where BACA came from. We're 100% volunteer, and we are 100% free of charge. So nobody takes a paycheck. We pay for our own gas, our own dime, our own time, everything. We have an 800 number where people can call, either parents, guardians, therapists, to find out and reach out to see if we could be of service for an abused child that they may either know of or experienced, or be a part of their family that they personally know. One of the things that is so passionate for me is I love that if a child wants to tell their story and go to court, we get to escort them to court. So think about a little child who wants to tell their story, but they're so scared, right, because they're a little child, and most of the time, they're afraid of the courtroom, they're afraid of the people, whatever it happens to be. Well, now you surround them with all this love from these bikers who are going to protect them and guide them through the court and keep them safe, and they know that they are okay to tell their story, which to me, once they tell their story, that is alone is so empowering. And the beautiful
Absolutely.
thing is, and this actually came from my husband, we don't do anything for them except be there when we say we're going to be there. We show up when we say we're going to show up. And when we escort them, we're just reflecting back to them the courage that's already within them. Oh. So we just reflect it right back to them because they literally have everything they need. We just empower them to bring it out for themselves.
And plus,
that
using
is so
the whole, absolutely, the bikers, you get that image when you talk about, and that is a powerful image or strong. And when a small child feels that they have this group, this power around them, how safe they must feel, and you transition that safeness into them being empowered, which is fabulous.
Absolutely. And each child, when they are brought into the Baca family, each child receives 2 primaries, which means a primary is somebody who's gone through the training and the knowledge of how to, speak with an abused child. Everything matters when you're talking to an abused child or when you're in front of an abused child. So they receive 2 primaries, and they are patched members, and it doesn't matter. It's 24/7, 365. They have their phone numbers, and they call if they have a good day. They call if they have a bad day. They call at 2:30 in the morning if they have a nightmare. We are there for them every day, no matter what. And if there's any type of threat or they're scared in their home and something's going on, we literally will stand. You will have bikers that will stand outside a child's home 24/7 as long as it takes for that threat to go away. It is the most powerful thing in the world for a child to feel safe that they can sleep in their bed.
You're giving me chills.
Right,
good way. It's really, it's just so
like
touching.
I said, to me, Chief created quote unquote BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse, and in my vision and in my heart and soul, he created the greatest gift of all in this world.
Oh, absolutely.
To empower a small child, and we take children up to 18 years old. So if a child is 17 and they're in fear, we're there. We're there. So, and I love that all ties in with what I get to do. I get to do that in my as passion, right? I get to do that as passion with the Bikers Against Child Abuse and help these children. And I get to bring all that love and energy and same desire into helping, women and men who, let's just say, don't feel confident or scared in some way with sales. It's all the same. It's all about helping each other, feeling empowered, being powerful, and having I call it full permission to be who you are.
Well, that's because a lot of, like I said, what the Philantrepreneur show is about is entrepreneurs supporting nonprofits and nonprofits supporting entrepreneurs. And in a way with you, it's like you said, it's just all wrapped up into one beautiful package.
It is. And I design my business and so I can volunteer and give back. And what a beautiful gift for me to be able to do that. I'm truly blessed, and I want others to be able to step in and do that same thing, for whomever they want to volunteer for or whatever they would like to give back in the community. Each individual person's preference is different. It's so different for each of us, and whatever that is, find out what that is for yourself and let that shine through and pull you forward.
Absolutely. I mean, we talk a lot about when you're creating that business model and the whole philosophy behind the Philantrepreneur is, and you mentioned it earlier, actually, that when you and your husband were talking about creating your business model, you thought and you knew you wanted to give back. And what you just talked about is a true example of what we're talking about here on this show. And so how does that business model, your business model that you practice and teach, tell us again how it fits into with your work with BACA?
So for me, it was so the beautiful thing is I love helping people. We've all heard the phrase, work smarter, not harder, right? Well, I love implementing that for people and giving them very effective and efficient systems, simple step-by-step of how to build your business so that you do have time, so that your schedule is yours. You are running your schedule or your planner. Some people call it a calendar. You're running your schedule instead of your schedule running you. I hear so many people that come to me and say, I just don't have time. How could I possibly? The thought of volunteering, are you kidding? It's like, okay, hang on a second. Let's look at how you do spend your time. How much time are you spending on your marketing? Is your marketing efficient? And oftentimes people are spinning their wheels trying to figure out, what do I do for marketing? Who is my niche? Who's my client? Where am I going to get a client? What am I going to? And they're like in this da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like, okay, hang on. Let's take a breath.
Yeah.
Let's look at it. Let's implement some simple steps, because that's what I love is I get to give people step-by-step systems, so it's simple and it's easy. And honestly, that's what I learned from my business coach and mentor. When I first started, I was a life coach only, and I loved it. And it was a hobby of mine because I wasn't exactly bringing in a lot of money. And I thought, oh, this is so great. But it got to the point where I was going to have to get that quote-unquote job. And I thought, I could never give up I literally cried. My husband and I had the conversation. I was like, but I can't. I love this. You know, this whole drama of thinking of getting a job. And I thought, okay, what could I do? So I found a coach and a mentor who taught me how to do all these things. And then, of course, I loved it. It was working for me, and I wanted to be able to pull that forward for others and provide for people. So I went ahead and got the certifications and the trainings. So now I get to help people learn and go through exactly what I did so that they can have the same success if that's what they truly want.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I see why people call you Sparkle.
Oh,
yeah. Isn't she delightful?
I just love empowering people.
Well, your energy and your passion for what you do it's really jumping through the airwaves here, in the phone, and I know our listeners are really, feeling what you're saying, and that's important. You're building even a relationship through the airwaves, and so you're such a positive role model, and with your coaching and the work that you're doing with children, I know our listeners want to know how to get in touch with you. So I want you to give information on how they might become involved in BACA and how they might find you and your services, because it's important.
Beautiful. Thank you. So if someone's interested in finding out more about BACA, I invite them to go to bacaworld.org, BACAWORLD.org, and find out all the information there, because we're all over, which is beautiful. So whether you're here in Arizona or whether you're in a different state, check it out and find out more about us. And then if someone wants to find out more about me and more about what I do in my services and how I get to help people build their businesses so they can pay it forward too and take care of their family and others, they can go to my website, which is thejenniferjohnson.com. The T-H-E, Jennifer, Jennifer, Johnson, JOHNSON.com.
Wow.
Perfect.
So easy. So easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Victoria.
I know, we're just excited. Everybody wants to talk here. Before we close, and I'm going to give it over to you, Heidi. Stuff is just running through my head.
Okay.
Jennifer, do you have just a tidbit of wisdom? Those parting words of, here's what I like to leave with my listeners.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I do. Is it okay to share now, or is Heidi going to say something first?
No, you go right ahead.
I threw it back at you.
Okay, great. So for me, I love to remind people, wherever you are, wherever you're starting, and wherever you have been, it's okay. If you want to go forward, and especially building a business or changing their life, because don't forget I'm a life coach too, if you're wanting change, you don't need to be fixed. There's nothing to fix. You have everything you need. But if you want some different ideas, thoughts, and training and skills to do things a little bit differently, then reach out to someone. Get support in some way, but just remember you're perfect just as you are. And if you want change, it's there for you in some way.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank
perfect.
You.
So,
yeah.
So to our guests out there listening, would you like to be a guest on wait, I'm not saying this right. Would you like to be on the Philantrepreneur Show? Or do you have a great project to share? Are you a philantrepreneur? Well, drop us a note at thephilantrepreneur.com. The 2014 schedule is filling fast, so reach out today. Visit www.thephilantrepreneur.com and send us a note.
You know what? This has been a really exciting show. I'm going to make sure it gets reposted and sent out there and shared, because our guest, Jennifer Sparkle Johnson, she's coach of the Feminine Soul, has brought a lot of energy, information, and useful tips for our nonprofits and entrepreneurs. This is Victoria Boyd and my wonderful co-host Heidi Anderson saying thank you, and mark your calendar and join us Wednesday, April 2nd at 8 a.m. Pacific time, when we will bring you another Philantrepreneur Show. Have a great day.
Thank you for tuning in to the Philantrepreneur Radio Show, hosted by Dr. Victoria Boyd. Get involved. Follow us on Facebook and other social media outlets. If you wish to share comments or suggestions or appear as a guest on our show, visit www.thephilantrepreneur.com. Contact Victoria Boyd. Email her at theboyd@thephilantrepreneur.com. The Philantrepreneur Radio Show is a production of and sponsored by the Philantrepreneur Foundation, a 501c3 tax-deductible organization.